All right, so our first term of the day, of the year actually, in algebra is variable. It might be a term that you guys are familiar with, might not be. Doesn't matter, we're gonna go over it. So a variable, the definition of it is a letter of the alphabet that is used to represent one or more numbers. So it is a letter that basically is supposed to stand for an unknown number. Over in our illustration, image, and mnemonic section, we have an example of what a variable might look like in an equation. The equation here is x plus 9, and we see that the variable is x, the letter x. If we were to compare some examples and some non-examples down here in this green and red section, some examples of variables that you might see in an algebraic equation are any letters that you might see. So we have just some general letters, some examples of variables. We have x, we have y, we have z, we have a. So for instance, if I'm going to jot down an example of a few algebraic equations in here with variables in them, you might see y equals 10. In there, the variable is, of course, the letter y. You might see something a little longer than that, too. You might see something like z plus 3 equals 7. I do draw my z's strange. I did a little thing in the middle. But in this equation right here, we have z that is our variable. It is our unknown number. It is our letter. You, of course, can see more than one variable in an equation. That is okay, so you can see multiple letters in some cases, but we'll get into that a little later. And then, of course, we have some non-examples. Some examples of things that are not variables. They are the things that are not the letters in your algebraic equation. For non-examples, I included a lot of numbers. So the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 24, 10, 165, 9,306. These aren't letters. They're not variables. We know what the number is. So those are non-examples of variables. And just as a certain reminder, as we finish off this section on variable, you might even want to call it the letter in the equation.